The morning after the argument felt strange. At first, Adaise could not explain why. The sun rose as it always did. The birds sang from the trees. Women swept their compounds. Farmers walked toward their fields. Everything looked normal. Yet something felt missing, something important. As Adaise prepared for the market, she found herself listening, waiting, expecting to hear a familiar voice, a warning, a piece of advice, anything. But the silence remained. For years, her mysterious friend had always appeared when danger approached, sometimes in dreams, sometimes beneath a tree, sometimes through a whisper only she could hear. Now there was nothing, only silence. And somehow, that silence frightened her more than any warning ever had. At the market, business was unusually slow. Customers who normally rushed to her stall seemed distracted. Many had gathered around the traveler, Nana, who continued attracting attention throughout the village. His stories fascinated everyone. His wisdom impressed the elders. Even Mama Ifunania, who usually disliked outsiders, often sat near him listening. Adaise noticed something else too. The bracelet. Whenever she wore it, people seemed drawn to her. Customers lingered longer, conversations flowed more easily, even disagreements settled quickly. It was as though the bracelet carried a charm that influenced those around her. By afternoon, she had sold more goods than usual. A smile appeared on her face. Perhaps her friend had been wrong. Perhaps the traveler truly meant no harm. Perhaps she had spent too many years relying on warnings that made her suspicious of everything. For the first time since the argument, she felt justified. That evening, she returned home feeling victorious. But as she walked through the village, an elderly woman suddenly called out, "Adaise!" She turned. It was Mama Orena, one of the oldest women in Umuagu. The elderly woman looked worried. "Have you seen my grandson?" Adaise shook her head. "No. He left this morning. Maybe he's playing with friends." The old woman nodded slowly. Perhaps, but her eyes remained troubled. Adaise continued home. Yet the concern on Mama Orena's face lingered in her thoughts. The next morning, the boy was still missing. Now the village had become concerned. Groups of men searched nearby farms, others checked neighboring villages, but nobody found any sign of him. The chief organized a proper search. The entire village participated. Everyone except Nana. The traveler remained unusually quiet, sitting beneath the udala tree, watching, observing. When Adaise approached him, she noticed something strange. He looked neither surprised nor worried, almost as if he already knew the outcome. "Shouldn't you help search?" she asked. Nana looked up calmly. "Some things cannot be found by searching." The answer irritated her. What does that mean? The traveler smiled. The answer will reveal itself soon. Again with the riddles. Adaise walked away frustrated. For years, her mysterious friend had spoken like this. Now the traveler was doing the same, and she was beginning to hate it. 3 days later, the missing boy returned. The entire village celebrated. His grandmother wept with relief. Children gathered around him eagerly. Everyone wanted answers. Where were you? What happened? Did someone kidnap you? The boy looked confused, terrified, and exhausted. His clothes were dirty. His eyes were bloodshot. "I don't know," he whispered. The crowd fell silent. What do you mean you don't know? The boy shook his head. I remember leaving home. I remember walking near the forest. Then nothing. Fear spread through the villagers. Several elders exchanged uneasy glances. The boy continued. When I woke up this morning, I was lying beside the old river. A chill swept through the crowd. The old river. Nobody liked speaking about that place. Too many strange stories surrounded it. Too many disappearances. Too many unanswered questions. That evening, whispers filled the village. Some blamed spirits, others blamed witches, a few blamed the traveler, but nobody had proof, only fear. Days passed, and then something even stranger happened. People began having unusual dreams, the same dream, again and again. Different villagers described identical visions, a dark path, a distant voice, blue lights floating above water. The chief experienced it. Mama Funaya experienced it. Several farmers experienced it, even Adaeze. Every morning, more people woke frightened. The village grew uneasy. Superstition spread quickly. Soon, nobody wanted to travel after sunset. Parents kept their children close. Nighttime conversations became whispers. Fear had returned to Umuagu, and it was growing. One evening, Adaeze sat alone outside her compound. The bracelet rested around her wrist. The blue stones shimmered beneath the fading sunlight. She stared at them thoughtfully. Then suddenly, a voice spoke. Not the familiar voice she hoped to hear, but another. Nervous? Adaeze looked up. Nana stood nearby. She sighed. People are frightened. They should be. The answer startled her. She sat upright. What do you mean? The traveler slowly lowered himself onto a wooden stool. For several moments, he said nothing. Then he spoke quietly. The village is changing. Because of the dreams? Because of something older. Adaeze frowned. Again, he sounded as though he knew more than he was saying, just like her friend, just like always. The realization annoyed her. If you know something, why not simply tell everyone? Nana smiled sadly. Knowledge is a burden. Adaeze laughed bitterly. You sound exactly like someone I know. The traveler studied her face, then asked softly, the friend who stopped visiting? Adaeze froze. The smile vanished from her face. How do you know about him? The traveler looked toward the horizon. Because he has been watching you for a very long time. Cold fear gripped her chest. The evening suddenly felt colder. Who are you? She whispered. Nana did not answer immediately. Instead, he looked at the bracelet. Then he said, Tell me, Adaeze, when was the last time danger found you? She blinked. What? For years, you escaped every trap, every accident, every bad decision, every misfortune. He leaned forward. And yet, since your friend disappeared, his words hung unfinished. Adaeze's heart sank because she suddenly realized something. 3 times in the past week, she had almost lost money. Twice, she had narrowly avoided accidents. And yesterday, she had trusted a trader who nearly cheated her. Small things, but unusual things. The kind of mistakes she never used to make. Nana watched understanding dawn in her eyes. Then he spoke softly. The future has become quiet, hasn't it? Adaeze swallowed hard. For the first time since their argument, doubt entered her heart. Not about her friend, about herself. And deep within the forest surrounding Umuagu, unseen by anyone, a pair of familiar eyes watched the village from the shadows. watching, waiting, and preparing for something terrible that was drawing closer with every passing day.